What's up, y'all? So today we're talking, is the NFL rigged? Um, and we're gonna hit every aspect of it. Like, as a referee, I know how easy it is to rig games, and I know that these games are determined by the refs. And like, whether you like it or not, like that's the reality. Like, the ref can literally change a drive in a heartbeat. They can take back a touchdown in a heartbeat, and no one will think twice about it. Like, people will be pissed, but like no one's gonna think twice about it. No one's gonna like challenge them on Twitter. No one's gonna try to like get them arrested for it. They can kind of just do whatever they want. Let me adjust the camera here. And yeah, as a ref, I know how easy it is to rig a game. It's literally so easy. Like, I wouldn't do it myself, but I know it is super easy to rig the game. Like, you're in control as the referee. Like, you're setting the tone of the game, you're setting the vibe of the game. You're deciding whether it's going to be a play on game where you're just going to let them play, or you're going to be stopping them for like any little thing, right? So, in the NFL, I've been seeing a lot of times player props just not cashing just because the referee will take back their receiving yards for like offensive hold, illegal shift, or some dumb offensive penalty, and it'll take back your yards and take back a ton of the money that you're about to make. It was like your last leg of the parlay, and then boom, the ref just takes it away, and you're like, "What the fuck was that?" And you're like, "Fuck, is this rigged?" You're like, "I don't know," but a lot of times, they be taking back a lot of the player props. Like, they'll have certain player props, right? And I've been betting mostly on player props this NFL season, and they'll have certain player props, right? And it's like, say Vele over 31 yards or something. There's one week where I was watching this. They took back like three Vele catches, and Vele goes under somehow. And they literally like took back three of them. Like, they're targeting some of the player props. Like, you got to be careful with some of the player props, just because like they can literally stop a player from getting their yards. Like, it's not that hard. They can just call like an illegal shift, illegal bullshit on the offense, just take back the plays. And a lot of times, like, the fouls are like super debatable. Like, you'll look at the fouls, you'll be like, how'd they call that? And then like Troy Aikman will like point it out, like, that shouldn't have been called. Like, this is rigged. But like all the other announcers don't care at all. Troy Aikman though, he'll point it out, man. Like, his stoned ass will point it out. And yeah, like, you got to be careful. Like, all these companies have like probably have a stake in the NFL. I know FanDuel basically runs the NBA now. Like, they're fucking getting people on League Pass, and in return, NBA's letting them like film their games. Like, FanDuel Sports Network has like the opportunity to like film all these games and like put them on TV. So we know the NBA's rigged. Like, we know FanDuel is involved there. But FanDuel's probably involved in the NFL as well. Like, these big ass companies making a ton of money from the games. Like, you got to think like FanDuel, Bet365 is Vegas and whole. We're just calling Vegas. Like, Vegas wants to make money. They're not trying to give you money. They're trying to steal your money. They're not trying to uh let you hit a huge parlay and like let you get rich. They don't want that at all. They want your parlay to miss by one, or just miss as a whole, and just you get or they get all the money, right? So when all the player props are going over, like, it's gonna like tank FanDuel's like bank account because everyone's betting on the overs, right? So they don't want the games to go over. They don't want the player props to go over. Um, they don't want the games to I don't know. They don't want the underdogs to win the games. Like, if you've seen a lot of the games, they'll have like some underdog plus 700 or plus 600. Once they hit that line in like the second half, or like end of the first half or whatever, plus 600, plus 700, plus 800, they're never gonna hit these bets, and they're gonna like milk you guys for all you got, because like they're thinking like plus 800, they're only down seven. Um, surely they hit this, right? Hold on, let me turn on my video again. Okay. This one? Okay. Yeah. So they're saying plus 700, plus 800. You're gonna put like 20 bucks on it, 50 bucks on it, because you can make a ton of money off that money. And you're thinking they're only down a touchdown. There's a good chance they come back, right? Well, wrong. Like, they're not gonna let the underdog win. Whether you like it or not, like I've been watching every week. They're not letting the underdogs win because they know this is like what people bet on. This is the trap, man. Like they want you to bet on the underdogs, the plus 800, the plus 1,000, underdog money line, right? They're the underdog money line. They're only down at seven. They're only down seven. It's like plus 800. Why not hit them for like $10? The reason why you don't do that is because you're gonna lose it. And the problem with these underdogs is they're never like gonna have a chance to win. Like the NFL referees will make sure they don't win, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like I've seen constant rigging of games, and like I don't know who to tell about it. Like this is fucking ridiculous. Like no one fucking gives a fuck after the game's over, even though it costs people like hundreds and if not thousands of dollars just because their like prop didn't go over, just because their the game didn't go correctly, the underdog didn't win. And that's what I learned. Like that's where I be getting burned. Is like the underdog money lines, like putting too much on the underdog money line. That's where you get burned because the NFL does not want the underdog to win. They don't want the plus 800 thing to cash, right? So that's something to keep in mind. The referees will make sure the games don't turn around for the underdog and make sure the underdog doesn't win. So that's where the obvious rigging is, in my opinion. Like the bad team will be down seven or be down like three or something. They'll make a huge play, touchdown, comeback, and then they'll call it off. They'll be like, "No, not a touchdown," or they'll like do something to like prevent a three and out for the team they want to win. They'll like call a flag, give them a first down for free, or they'll stop the drive of the team they don't want to win. Right. So you gotta understand, like these refs are probably they're paid by the NFL and they might have an incentive bonus if they don't, if like certain criteria happens. And they got them on the mics too. They got them on the mics. They got like a call center in Charlotte. Like I remember they had a call center in Charlotte for one of the games, and the center in Charlotte determined the outcome of the game. It's like it's so obvious that they're rigging these games, but like it seems to go everyone or over everyone's head, and no one like wants to point it out. Um, so they definitely rigging those money lines where the underdog money lines they don't want them to win. They don't want the plus 800s to hit. So that's something to keep in mind. Um, let's see. I used to think the Chiefs games are rigged, but like not really this year. I think Mahomes is just a really clutch guy. So like the Chiefs, like they used to be like the Chiefs would always win. Like last year, the year before, like all the games seemed to be rigged for the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, right? Because they won it like the last 2 years, right? And um, like so the underdog money lines is the first thing. Second thing is the player props. Like the player props, they don't want them to go over. They're trying to make them go under. They're taking back touchdowns from good players. Like they want no names to score the touchdowns. They don't want your like touchdown parlays to be cashing. And 100% of the time your touchdown parlay is chalked, right? Just because like it'd be some like random player getting in the touchdown. And also sometimes they run random receivers that aren't even on the props list. And then the random receiver will get like 100 yards or something. Like I saw like Ty Johnson do that. He's not even on the props list. He gets 100 receiving yards. Like why isn't he on the props list? And yeah, a lot of times they'll intentionally not pass to like some player that you need to hit their prop. Like I don't know if that's just like me just coping with the props not hitting or like or what. But I've definitely been fucked over by the refs like hundreds of times. Like the refs have probably lost me like $10,000+ this season just because they call back like the yardage gain that I needed, and like the yardage game would have hit, and then they call it back, and then they never touch the ball again. That's the thing. Like a lot of these receivers don't touch the ball often, so um, it's like very plausible for them to go under on their line just because they don't touch the ball often. But I'm like kind of convinced that they don't like the overs on the player props. They hate the underdogs like mid game. Like if anybody's line is plus 700, plus 800, plus 1,000, plus 500, they're not gonna let them win. Same with college basketball too. They're not gonna let them win. Um, NBA is the only thing where they can actually like have a chance to come back. Um, but college basketball, same sort of thing. Like the underdogs aren't gonna win. Vegas is like baiting you guys into hitting these underdogs, baiting me into hitting these underdogs, and they're not gonna win. Um, all these referees are probably getting like they're probably making like 5K a game or something. I know as a FIFA referee, you make somewhere around there. They're probably making like 5 to 10K a game or more. And then like when they're like and they're probably incentivized to have certain bets not hit or hit. And FanDuel will pay them some extra money, or Vegas will pay them some extra money under the table. Um, in essence, or the referees are just like calling too many fouls. Like you'd be watching these NFL games and the referee's calling like fucking like 10 penalties on each team, like totaling like 100 plus yards. Like, let them play the fucking game, dude. Like, why are we calling these penalties and stopping the game? Like, it's so hard to watch football now because the commercials and the penalties are like are fucking people's parlays in real time, man. Like, I don't know. People will hit their lines, and the penalties will fuck them over. People will get a touchdown. The penalties will stop them from getting a touchdown. They can determine who's scoring a touchdown. Like you guys should not be betting on touchdowns. And like when you're betting overs, make sure it's a clear over. Like make sure that it's gonna be a clear over because a lot of times they're gonna fuck you. But I mean that's just me ranting. Bet however you want. But just know the underdogs, when they're plus 500 or more, they're not gonna hit. They're not gonna hit. FanDuel will make sure that Vegas will make sure that the refs will make sure that, and yeah, that's my thoughts on the NFL rigging. And yeah, guys, have a good day. Peace out. Catch you guys in the next one.